Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Triple Card Podcast. We're a light crew tonight. I, by the way, am Sasquatch, otherwise known as Gummy Sauce from YouTube and sometimes Capcom Unity. And the guy who's actually recording this, waving at you so fondly and pleasantly in your face, is StoicDeviant.
You are so out of practice. I'm not even...
I'm ad-libbing here. I'm ad-libbing all the way.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so we're a light load, pretty much.
Yeah, we're light head, light load.
That past few times we try to get somebody else that's actually involved or a member with us, and they don't respond. We're gonna be a little us more.
It's not as though we're just like completely unsociable. We just kicked 2 people out of our room.
Oh my gosh! No, that wasn't even intended. It's like we had to do this because they probably weren't old enough. The thing is, though, can we just add young people now since Ivy's not here? Because that's the whole point of the rule being there. If anything, Raged Lion or I don't know. Yeah, it's just Raged.
I don't know.
He could have probably joined. He was 14, but we're old.
Yeah.
we don't want that kind of. We don't
only
want
10 years older than him.
We don't want that kind of fan base.
Oh well.
Bunch of preteens.
This isn't quite the kind of thing. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. It seems like it'd be inviting a lot of extra responsibility that I don't really want to take.
There's not a lot of responsibility in that, though.
Also, I hate children. So
anyway, we should probably explain ourselves why our HRs are so low and why we're doing HR2 stuff.
Well, I guess they would see HR2, but they wouldn't actually see your HR yet.
They actually saw me post the quest.
Oh.
So they know what stars we're choosing from. Anyway, I lost my data. My rich person's file is gone. I can no longer say I have everything because I just have nothing.
You should tell them the story.
I will. It's kind of... Actually having to announce it to the public is the hard thing. Announcing it to you guys, you and Ivy, it's fine. I can tell you easily, and it's the truth that it doesn't bother me, but now I have to, say it to the people.
The best part is the name. The best part was the name.
Okay. Anyway, so the place I'm working at, they don't let the kids do a whole lot. I work at a group home for those that don't know yet. I don't know if I mentioned that in the last few podcasts. I work in a group home. I work with kids. They don't let the kids do a whole lot because they budget wise they don't have a lot. So I let them play my 3DS, and at the time I had my data transferred to the 3DS, and I let a girl play it. And she decided to play Monster Hunter. I was like, oh, you're gonna play that? So she says, yeah. And I was like, well, if you're actually serious about that, make sure you save in the bottom file. And she does not. And I find this out the hard way. Once I get home, Ivy's like, hey, you should join us. We're gonna get on Monster Hunter. And I'm like, yeah, sure, I can do that. And so I transfer my data without even thinking to check it. And all my data on my Wii U gets transferred from the 3DS. And I go to the first file to check because my heart's pretty much racing at this point because after it says transfer complete, I realize I should have checked first. And then I find a female character with green hair named Big Papa. I don't know what was going through that girl's head, but she does seem a little hardcore. Rap thug-wise, gang-related stuff. Anyway, so she does that, and now I'm here with low-rank armor. Pretty much gonna get wrecked by Giganox if I keep letting it hit me. But yeah, that's how my this past weekend went. It wasn't... See, now everyone knows. Everyone knows my arrogance is all for nothing, because I lost all my data.
Yep. That's okay. Confession is for the soul.
Yeah. So why did you start over, by the way?
The short version.
You have to tell yours. No, you have. If I had to tell mine, you have to tell yours completely.
If Stoic, you have to remember, this is me. If I tell it completely, I will be talking non-stop for the next hour and a half.
Well, I
to
don't
make
want
sure
like
that
some
everyone,
drama story, just like a summarization, but a little more
like I
detail
said,
than that.
like I said, a short version, so that it doesn't take all night. Um, a lot of people know that I had modeled my character after my
How did
girlfriend.
that? Right.
Well, I think I mentioned it on the podcast like 6 or 7 times, so they should have known. If they didn't, go watch all the episodes and you'll figure it out. Um, but I modeled it after my girlfriend, who is no longer my girlfriend for some not very pleasant reasons. And so I thought that was a good enough reason to um, delete my character and all the 740 hours I put into her. So this is actually an alternate that I started about 6 months ago when I got my 3DS. And he just happens to be HR4, I think.
I think that's about right.
Yeah, I think
See,
so.
now I feel bad for making you tell everyone. I don't know. I'm sorry.
You jerk.
Oh,
No,
I don't know if I was supposed to tell Ivy, but I told her anyway. There, it's out.
that's okay.
She knows.
That's
Okay, because I know you wanted to tell her. See, the thing about this, if Ivy even watches us anymore,
Uh-huh.
she, I
Wait,
told her I wasn't supposed to tell you.
You mean there are actually people from our podcast who actually watch our podcast?
I watch our podcast because I think we're stupid.
I know, so
And
do
I just
but
need a laugh every now and then. Because nobody else has, like, the humor I'm used to. Everyone else is so mature. Well, you're kind of there too, but your old man intellect is just enough to amuse me that I can roll with it.
I'm gonna die if I don't heal.
Oh, let's see.
But yeah, I don't mind. I don't care if you told Ivy or anyone else
Okay, yeah,
who's
because
watching this now.
I told her. Before I told her, I like made it this big thing. I was like, "Oh, I'm not supposed to tell you," because I almost told her, and she was like, "What? Now you got to tell me." And I'm like, "I can't tell you because Gabby wants to tell you." And then she was like,
I would
now
say
this is
that,
gonna
but
bother me all night." And I was like,
now you see, I think that's slightly exaggeration because I wouldn't say I wanted to tell Ivy.
"Well, I assumed it's like no. I mean, like, because it would have been something you want to tell yourself. Like, you don't want."
No. Well,
But then again, like, it probably hurts too much to actually mention it again. Anyway, so
I am not a delicate flower. I am
I feel
not.
like you're a delicate flower sometimes. Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Anyway, so I made it like a big deal. I guess it wasn't a big deal, but I was like, I can't tell you because I'd rather Gabby told you. And she's like, no, now you have to tell me. Then I was like, well, you can't tell him I told you. She's like, I won't. I'll act like I'm surprised when he tells me. I'm like, that's not gonna help because he's gonna find out what you actually knew before. And
as it turns out, I haven't like actually spoken to Ivy in, I don't know, probably a month almost.
yeah, because she's busy with everything. Anyway, so I ended up telling her too that, well, it doesn't matter if you don't tell her because I'm probably gonna, or not her, him, because you're a him, right?
Yeah, I'm a
Last
him.
time I checked. Okay.
Most of the time, yeah.
I told her like you're probably not gonna end up telling her anyway. I'm probably gonna be the one.
You said it again!
What?
You said that you're probably not going to end up telling her.
Oh, I'm sorry. See.
Now, see, once is a mistake. Twice is like a Freudian slip or something, and you're thinking of something else.
You're a delicate flower. I guess it's just natural that I assume you're a woman. Hey, no Winston. Oh, I knew I loved this armor for some reason. And yeah, so she's probably gonna be laughing by now. She'd be like, "You never keep secrets," because I never keep secrets. I can't keep a secret for my life. If they were waterboarding me, I would tell all of the United States secrets before I can. Are
you kidding? You just have to like say, so we have this thing called a waterboard, even if it's like
yeah, and I'll just panic and I'll tug at their, I don't know. I'm assuming we'll be like against Al Qaeda or whatever. I'll be tugging at their robes. No, don't.
Like some guy brings in a lunchbox, and you're like, no.
They'll like have a map sprawled out, and I'll just like there, and there. There's snipers here, and here. Yeah, I'd completely give up.
And the general is here behind this rock. Just bomb that spot. You're good.
There are 2 spies among you right now. Yeah.
Now, you see, that could actually work.
Yeah.
Like in your favor. Because, like, there's two spies among you right now. Who are they? That guy and that guy. Like, point to the two highest ranked guys in the room. He's like, kill them. Ha ha ha.
So yeah. Anyway, I can't keep secrets.
Nope.
Yep. I mean, nope. Nope, yup. Yup, nope. You know the kind of yup that means nope.
Yep.
Okay.
But no.
Yeah. So I think it's just gonna be us two for a while. Until,
Probably.
like, everyone else starts showing interest again. Because I'm still interested. I just don't know. I was with Creature earlier and I was talking about this. Like, I want to do... Like, I want to do this. Keep doing this with people. But, like, you're hardly ever on. Stray and Ivy aren't showing as much interest as we do. And I almost, like, got to the point where... Because I'm actually adding a lot of people on my friends list. Like, just trying to find people to play with. Like, Rage Lion. He's pretty cool. Like, I honestly don't remember where I met him.
For context to the confused people out there, Rage Lion is one of the two people we kicked out just before we started recording.
Yeah, and he has a YouTube page because he was like, podcasting? What kind of podcast? Or not what kind of podcast, but he was like, if you need an animator, he was like plugging himself into us, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And I checked it out. He was pretty good. Interesting. He doesn't have a lot of videos, and it looks like he's only uploading like once a month. And he's only got he only has one art thing video up. And it's really good. Like, he like goes through how he chooses the face. Like, he kept scribbling down like eyes and a mouth and stuff. And was that you or was that me? I think that was you. Oh, I have temper. Okay. I was like, I didn't know you for Acrobat.
I don't even know what you're talking about. That's okay.
So now I suppose it's just like a casual podcast thing where we just talk now. Not any different, but
Yeah. I don't know. It's just it feels a little bit more relaxed, maybe.
let's slay 15 Renoplus. I don't know how to pronounce that anymore.
But
I think the dog's trying to throw up
doesn't
next
matter.
to me.
The root annoying and Bullfango. That's fine. The cat is attempting to do inappropriate things to my foot.
So I suppose this is like an update video.
Kinda.
Yes. I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know if it's kind of an update, and it's kind of like, hey, we're still alive and doing stuff, and may still be doing stuff in the future.
Definitely, but you know what I hate? Is how I keep like pushing the podcast on you because it was your idea, but eventually it's gonna just end up being me.
How is it just gonna
I
end
feel
up
like
being-
that's what's gonna happen. You're always busy, and I have my channel.
Oh,
It's weird.
I can't help that I'm busy.
Oh yeah, you can just quit.
That's not really an
Nobody
option.
needs income. You don't need money.
I need a lot.
What has money ever done for you?
A lot of really good stuff.
Yeah.
It's taken me to Africa twice, paid for my education.
Too serious. You know, normal people will chuckle along with me because that's funny, but you
Well,
go
that's
way too far into the whole.
Well, you see, it's all about perspective, because
No.
the business that I do puts me in a place where I see what happens to people when they don't have money.
Oh my God.
So I'm very, very conscious about whether I do or not have any.
This is happening.
It happened. It's over. Was it as good for you as it was for me? All right. Anyway, that was a long, awkward pause.
No, that's because I realized I was talking like all the time. So I thought, hey, let's let Gabby start a topic, but you don't.
Well,
you don't carry conversation very well.
I'm being like trained not to, in this thing because every time I come up with a topic that I think might be fun, it's like, oh no, that's stupid. Stop talking about that.
No. What do you want to talk about?
Yes.
Your life?
Uh,
That's... No, let's do that.
I don't really have anything that's all that interesting going on. So.
Okay.
It's
anyway,
not.
my dog. I have to go to. My pops has to go to court for my dog. I just got attacked by 2 cats. No, no, I want that stuff. That stuff's mine. No. Ah, you might be too
You
far
should have
away.
brought a pellet shot.
Oh, I got a message. Oh God.
Is it from Rage Line again?
It might be. Let me check. Let's check for the public to see.
Like most unprofessional podcast ever. The award goes to.
That's okay.
Triple card.
Okay, hold on. Alright, what did you say your channel was? Oh my God. No, we're not doing that now.
No. It's good. It's good advertising.
No, I'm not gonna. Well, I'll tell him after, unless he's like gone. Oh yeah, we're doing Renoplos. Okay,
Yeah.
keep killing them. I'm gonna gather rocks.
Okay. I am killing the Renoplos.
Okay.
Renoplos, whatever.
Renoplos.
There we go.
Renoplos.
Oh, I forgot I need some Dragon Knight ore, but I can get that later.
Anyway, so I guess I can like throw this in there because I threw it in a video I kinda don't want to upload anymore. I did with Creature. Anyway, I'm actually looking for people to help me with this because Gabby's not there and I need new babysitters. So
That sounds kind of creepy.
I need help. Like I lost everything. Everything's gone. Oh,
Well,
he messaged me again. Oh
I'm
God,
on
he messaged the same thing. I can't reply to you when I'm in Quest.
I'm on at least twice a week, usually.
Usually. I'm on like every day because my job doesn't require me to be there all the time. Unless they call me in, like they're calling my pops in right now. One of the staff members has a birthday for the kid, so they kind of want somebody to step in for them. I was gonna step in, but after I've done 2 double shifts, I'm not a big fan of those anymore.
Yeah. Oh, you gotta be kidding.
The kids are fun, but I don't think anyone from my workplace doesn't watch these, and if they do, that's weird and crazy that they do. But one of the girls ran away over the weekend, and they finally came back on Monday. And the reason why I did double shift because that girl wasn't there. So
was that like a punishment? Hey, you let one get out, or
they ran away after school. They didn't get off. They didn't get on the bus to come back.
Oh, I see.
We
have a Roggy here.
We notified the. I forgot what it's called. CPS, Child Protection
Protective Services. Yeah.
We notified them, and so that happened. And they
I'm
finally
gonna kill this Ruggy.
My item pouch is full. Why didn't it give me an option to?
To what?
Well, it probably said discard. I'm gathering stuff and.
And you probably got rid of one of your books of combos.
No, I don't bring those with me in low rank.
Oh.
I should have left my mega potions back though. So anyway, she came back, and I'm like not a fan of. Oh, hey, look, Roggy. I'm not a fan of her anymore because she lies a lot and she tells all these stories. Sometimes I wonder if she knows what she's talking about.
Wait, is this the same one that deleted your file?
I just got another text.
Oh, you're here. I should stop pelleting.
I don't want to pull a double. I really don't. Somebody just texted me about work. They want me to pull a double shift. I don't want to do that.
There's a simple answer to this. Don't.
Well, it depends. I mean, you get more money.
Yeah.
But the only problem with pulling a double is that now they're relying on that. Which isn't fair.
But aren't you like the one who let the girl out the last time? So
I didn't want to let her out. She just left.
Oh.
We can't control. The school was supposed to watch her get on the bus.
Oh, that's what happened. Well, hello, Renoplos. Thank you for showing up.
Ah! Why are we fighting this thing? Just kill Ren.
Just because it's there. Really?
We still got a few more to do.
Yeah, I know. Just seemed a little more interesting than the Renoplos.
This is not fun.
Fine. Didn't say fun, I said more interesting.
No, I mean, I'm thinking now, because I don't want to work tomorrow. I'd rather not. This is supposed to be my... What's the point in having a day off if they're going to keep pulling you in?
It's so that they can tell you to come in on that day, just to mess up your life. I don't know. I haven't actually.
My pops, when he was like completely fine, they like called him in for a whole week, and they were like, "Oh, we'll give you the next week off," and then they called him again. It's like, oh my gosh, you can either fire the people who are making us come in, because clearly they're not like wanting to do their job or something. Or you can try to tell them, their excuse is like, you guys don't have kids or family, so you should be able to come in.
Actually, that's like mutually disproved by the fact that both he and you exist.
No, I mean, like, we don't have like big responsibilities like kids and family stuff. But you'd assume money would be part of their responsibilities, so they should want to come in.
Well, it ought to be. I mean, I don't.
But no,
I just don't understand.
The staff is fine. Like, if I have to pull a double shift, I will. But
You prefer
and I just realized it's Thursday, so I probably don't have to do. I don't have to do this till Saturday morning. I have to work from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. again. I'm only gonna complain about it for a while, and then I'm actually gonna do it. This is how my thought process works. I'm gonna complain, and then I'm gonna tell her, yeah, I can do that. Smiley face.
Smiley face.
Tilde. I think that's that squiggly line. That's called a tilde, right?
If it is, you know more than I do.
It's a tilde. Pretty sure it's a tilde. Somebody said it was a tilde, and it made sense. It's like, yeah, something that squiggly has to be called something feminine.
Hey, I have a question.
Hmm?
What do you call a tilde's female parent?
I don't know.
Matilda. Ha! 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 Oh, that was
Dumb.
I apologize.
I don't even know if tilde is even the right word. That's even a word.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was a terrible joke.
Like how you throw in female parents. Like, who the hell refers to their parent like that? My female parent's name is blah.
Well, I couldn't say, like, mother, because that would kind of given it away.
No, if you said mom, that would have given it away.
I don't know.
What is the name of Tilda's mother? You could have just said that.
No.
Oh, I dropped something. It's okay.
Okay. That sounds fascinating. What did you drop? Did we kill that Roggy, or is it just... No, we didn't. Oh well. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore.
There's just gonna be a lot of awkward silences.
Pretty much, yep.
Yeah.
Something to address something that was asked on the last podcast episode, which is also kind of awkward like this. If you are still watching, the fellow who commented on our channel, on our video, and asked if we would be continuing Zombie U. Probably not.
Somebody said that? Oh,
yep,
yeah.
they asked us if we would be continuing.
Yeah, because apparently we're funny. I don't know.
Probably not.
What did he mean? Like, did you start over, or he said something else, which
He
completely...
was asking about like progressing onward because at that time we were talking about whether we were going to just continue from where we were, like have you
Oh
catch
yeah,
up,
I remember that. Yeah, that makes
or if we were just
sense.
going to start over from the beginning. And the general consensus, I think, was just
Hey,
like we're
let's
not
deliver eggs.
okay. Um, but yeah, probably not going to be doing that anymore. I might do something to that effect on my channel because I would like to finish playing through that game. Um,
If you can get
but
better resolution.
oh,
Yeah.
I can. I figured out what the problem was.
What was the problem? You didn't have it preset, did you?
It's actually the thing you told me, the format you told me to record it in or render it in.
So you have to render it after it records? That's weird.
Yep, I do.
Yeah.
Well, my recording device is really weird. It records in .ts, which is an unreadable file by every other thing except the software that was packaged with it,
Until you render it.
into something else. Yeah,
Okay.
I
We're
don't
gonna
know.
get Cha-Cha a mask. I don't know how many meat... How much... How many meat do we need?
I think
How much
3.
meat? What's the proper term? Much or many?
Much meat, many pieces of meat.
Okay, many pieces. Okay, so when do you use... Educate me. When do you... when do you use... Oh, crap, I was trying to put something away. Stupid. Why do they put the box so close to the exit?
I don't know. Well, it's for convenience, so people don't have to
Oh, you should do hunting horn again.
need.
Like, just throw away your gun. We don't need it.
I love my gun. We've had this conversation. I'm not throwing it away. And I think... Nope, I don't. Never mind.
Oh,
thought...
so I bought Darksiders 2.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty good. Because Ubisoft, up until the 31st, I think,
Mm-hmm.
they're having a sale, and Darksiders 2 is now $20. So I thought, hey, I got $20. Got it. It's pretty good. The graphics remind me of World of Warcraft. I mean, if anything.
Oh, okay.
And how bulky the character is, kinda. Like, its waist and stuff are thin, but its chest and arms and legs are big. I'm
Right.
like, oh, World of Warcraft. And it's definitely an RPG.
Um,
Oh, you keep getting attacked.
I never played
Oh god.
Darksiders.
Oh!
Ah!
I actually was supposed to get Lander, but it didn't give me Lander.
Yeah, I was supposed to too, and it didn't give me that either, so...
Oh, you're so slow.
I am. That's okay.
Oh.
You're that pregnant lady who worked out before she got that way.
What?
Run so fast, the baby just pops out. No.
Yikes.
Oh, it's funny. I know this couple who just had a baby, I think on Tuesday, and I'll just say this: it inherited none of its mother's good looks. It looks like almost exactly like its father, and it is just like the ugliest kid I've ever seen.
Whoa! That's mean.
It's true.
That's bad.
And the worst part is, it's a little girl too. So it's like, oh man.
Huh.
You kind of have to look at it sideways so you don't go blind or something. It's really, really bad. Oh.
What's that ticking? Well, it's
What
not
do you
really a
think?
ticking, but like a knocking.
Oh, it's my chair. I need to replace my chair too. I'm running out of everything in my life is breaking. My shoes are falling apart. My chair is falling apart. My relationship fell apart.
Whoa, let's not go there. To avoid that topic. Hot potato.
I
forgot
also
what
let
I
you
was
get a
saying.
last
Oh,
one.
Darksiders 2.
Yes.
The fighting is pretty good. I mean, you should get it. If it had online, I kind of wish it did, so we can fight each other, but
I think I just DC'd.
I don't know what that. Oh no. I think you did too. Want to know how I know you're gay? Because of that. Your internet's so gay.
Wouldn't I see, from my rationale, my internet is gay because I'm so manly. It has to
At
balance
least you
it out.
delivered your egg.
Mm-hmm.
Now I can just deliver this and get my meathead. Do you need
Yeah,
5 pieces of meat?
I don't know.
Or is it only 2? Is it only 1? I bet it's 5. Cha-cha, you so expensive. Only the finest meats for Cha-cha. Ah! Almost got bit.
Bit by what?
Jaggy.
Mm.
See, you would know if you were following me.
I would know, but you know.
There. Are you still delivering the egg?
No, I'm coming back to the tavern so that I can be back there by the time you're there, so we don't have to have a break in recording or anything.
I wouldn't break the recording.
I know, but we're not that pro.
There was something I wanted to talk about, but I forget.
Video games, life, politics, abortion.
I don't know. I just don't know anymore. My life is so uninteresting, it's not even funny. What did you do today? I sat inside and ate, and then I worked. That's it.
Oh, I scratched an itch that I had.
There was a bird outside my window, but that's gone. I'm waiting for the rain, actually. Like, it was kind of cool outside, but the wind just still made it feel like winter. Because the sun was out and everything looked nice, but that wind.
It's crazy how fast everything's been melting out here. I had a 6.5 foot tall pile of snow right next to my house, and it's almost all gone. There's only maybe 2 inches left on the ground. Don't understand.
I'm not getting any good charms. I need shining charms. I need all this good stuff. You're not here.
I'm connecting to the internet.
I feel lost.
Here I come to save the day.
Okay, what else? What else can we do? What else do we want to do?
I don't know.
Oh man, look at all this. Man. I've been saying man a lot. Don't know why.
Man.
Oh man, look at all this. See, that's how I say it. It's just natural. Until I force it. It's like, man! I don't know. I'm wondering if my friends find it weird yet. But
are you copying Elfman or something off of Fairy Tale?
No, nothing.
Oh, that's something. That's something. Fairy Tale. The anime comes back on April the 5th.
I don't think a lot of people know about that, and I'm kind of.
I don't care.
I'm upset that people are catching on to Fairy Tale now. I was watching that for over a year, and now people are naming their little tavern cities Fairy Tale, and I'm like, oh god, no, it's mainstream.
Stoic, you have become a hipster.
I am slightly, not really. I still like stuff. I like Forrest Gump. I don't care. Yeah. Anyway, I like things, but I don't know. I don't know why it's like that. It's like, hey, you watch this? I'm like, yeah, I watched it before you watched it. Now I don't like it. It's like, why don't you like it? I don't know. I'm just angry all the time.
You ruined it.
Hold on, what is this? Land Arena? Do you have to be naked for this quest?
I think so. If it's the bull.
No, there are no terms. It just says... That's weird. Wasn't there a quest where you had to be naked?
There's a Devil Joe quest, I know.
Oh, that one. Well, let's do the naked Bullfingo quest. I'm gonna have to do that at some point anyway.
Oh dear.
Naked. Do I have to be completely naked, or do I have to leave my clothes on?
This game would be a lot more interesting if you take the rest of your clothes off.
Yikes. No, my clothes are black. I don't want that. Clothing color. No clothing. Let's go with that. Let's go green. Whoops, that's not green. Let's go green. Yeah. I accept.
Oh crap! I was gonna see what this character looks like.
Initiation.
I'm going to preface this by saying I made this character before Space Dandy.
Lies. See, that's the good thing about Naked Quest. We get to see what went into your character. Creation.
I did make this character before Space Dandy was announced, so
You don't have to mention that. Nobody probably watches Space Dandy right now except for the people who are actually into anime. And then when Space Dandy gets big, I'm dropping that too.
you know what? I'm just kind of assuming that everyone who watches our podcast is into the same crap that I am. So
That's dumb and
I don't-
pretty arrogant of you.
well, you see, the thing is, people are watching. Well, some people are watching this. If you think about it, some people are watching this podcast specifically for what you have to say, Stoic, and some people are watching this podcast specifically for what I have to say. So if I assume they're interested in the same stuff that I am, it's not really a bad thing. It's just, hey, like, you either like the same stuff I do or you like my enthusiasm for it. So
I don't even know who all's still watching.
I'm pretty sure Clyde does.
Clyde!
We love you, Clyde. You are our most loyal.
I wouldn't say I loved him, but
Well, you
it's
know.
cool that he watches. Apparently Raged Lion is gonna check us out and give us a thumbs up for the support, and I'm like, that's cool, I guess.
One of my real
Oh,
life
maybe I should just go through my messages just to show everyone what he. Whoa, holy crap! There's like 4 pages. Okay, this is that you kill monsters. I'm gonna just destroy privacy here.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna stay in here. Okay, this first one was when I told him to leave, and he was like in the regular chat. I think it's like one of the last things he said. I think he was trying to call me a jerk. Where is it? Yeah, Stoic the jerk. And then he leaves, and then he sends me this message, and I'm like, oh no, I didn't mean it that way. And then he tries to guilt trip me. You're gonna see this too, because you watch our podcast anyway. He tries to guilt trip me. I mean, I did help your old character, and I'm like, oh. And this is what I was telling you, oh. And then I tell him like we're doing this thing, and then he's like, "Tell me your podcast title, Triple Cart. I want to see your channel." Nice, I'm gonna subscribe. Where's your podcast located? Approximately. Oh, and then he tells me his age because I asked him how old he is to see if he'll join us. And then I just want to give you a thumbs up and support. And I'm like, oh, cool. And then lol okay with a question mark. I don't know what that's to. I think it was when I told him like he's too young to hang out with us old people.
Yeah.
And then he writes back, whatever, dude. And then I don't know what the of course is for because I forget. Because hey, this game doesn't keep track of the messages you sent. Good luck with your podcast. Have you ever needed anime? Oh, and then he started saying like he did animation stuff, which is pretty cool. I like how you're in the background rolling around.
Well, I'm like still fighting the monsters, so you know.
So I go to his page and he's pretty good. Like he only has like 5 videos up, and
Yeah, I'm gonna check him out after the podcast.
I don't know if he does like actual animation or if it's just like pictures. Because if it's just pictures, I can do that myself because I have the stuff. Because I bought a new sketch tablet. I'm just too lazy to do it, so I'm wondering if we should just like let him try and we'll use his art.
Well, like I said, I have a friend who does watch us, like all of our stuff.
What?
I know, he's crazy.
Is he to the point where he feels like he knows me?
perhaps, I don't know.
Oh.
But he's also really artistic.
Autistic?
Artistic.
Oh.
A-R-T-I.
Whoops,
He's,
sorry.
he's kind of like you.
What?
In that respect, he draws very, very well. It's kind of a weird thing. Okay.
You just called me stupid.
That's okay.
That's okay. Whoa, stop it. Oh, you made me drink a potion. I don't know why I tapped the Y button when I started flinching. But I did.
Why are there so many of these stupid Bullfangos? Anyway, he's very artistic, so if we decide we would need something, I'm pretty sure we could convince him to do it.
Well, can he do it in like a file and then send it to me? Because
Are we in the market? I mean,
What?
I mean, are we in the market for new artwork? I thought we just did that 2 months ago or something like that.
Did what? I didn't even. Our podcast channel is still the same.
I know.
We didn't do that 2 months ago.
I mean, like banners and stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking videos.
What? What videos? From what?
I mean, like the intros, signal, and logo and stuff like that. I don't know.
That's.
No, I am not the artistic person. I don't
even know what you're talking about anymore. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
I'm lost.
Oh, you made me spit on my face. No, I'm dead. God, spit. Anyway, so yeah, he's pretty good. I mean, he has like a really clean-looking banner, which is freaking awesome. But he doesn't have a lot of subscribers. I feel like he's worth more than what he has right now, like way more. Like, how do YouTubers do it? Like, how do they just get big?
If I knew, I would be big. A lot of them have help.
And for just the record, like, I don't care about being big. I'm just like wondering, like, where do all the how?
What I've heard, I've watched several different YouTubers and commentators and stuff like that, and one of them just recently did a video on YouTube and how they got big. And one of the things he said is that he got help along the way from other like-minded people who are going in the same direction he was, and people who are older than him, more established, and they pimped his channel for him a couple times. But generally, he said the main thing that helped him grow was just him and his friends advertising each other's channels over and over and over again, and eventually they just kind of grew off each other.
That's interesting. Why am I carving Renoplus? I want Bullfango stuff.
Oh, there's a dead one behind me. Die!
What can you make from Bullfango in low rank?
I don't think. Well, you can
I know you can make leather armor in high rank with Bullfango stuff.
You can make Moscarl armor, not Moscarl. The Slagtooth armor.
With Bullfango parts? No,
Yep.
that's in high rank because you don't see a Slagtooth until high rank.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
You so stupid.
Pretty much.
See, I don't even know why I ask you about stuff because you're wrong more than 50% of the time. I'd say about 75%.
That's about
that's about right. You can admit that too. Ah, stop! Ah, you made me waste a power coating. It's not even funny.
It is to me. Oh no!
You got that whiskey laugh going. What do you mean, oh no? Did your battery die?
No, I DC'd.
You're moving! Oh my gosh. You're the worst. Totally quitting. I'm done. I quit.
It's your quest!
I'm done with this.
I'm Heinrich. I didn't have to do this in the first place. It's all your fault.
Well, gee, it's not like we're podcasting or anything.
It's over. It's done
Tired of
anyway.
this.
Why would you quit?
No, I meant the podcast, not this quest.
Oh.
So I'm gonna keep doing, even if I have to solo everything.
Oh, well, it's over. Anyway, well, you've been going pretty long. I mean, basically just talked about like housekeeping stuff for us that doesn't really apply to anyone actually watching the podcast. But
Uh-huh.
if you could even really
I feel
call this
like
a
we should just like keep all that stuff secret from now on. Just I
well,
don't.
ordinarily we would, but we don't. We kind of ran out of topics very
We
quickly.
didn't run out of topics. It's just you
We
don't.
never really had anything to begin with.
No, I have topics.
Like what?
I don't know what. I don't know.
Oh, I should.
The new X-Men trailer came out.
The X-Men trailer does look cool. I will admit that.
What do you mean you'll admit that? It's been cool.
Well, I just saw it a couple days ago, so.
Oh. And then there's the Captain America coming out on April 4th. I'm excited.
Yeah.
A few of my friends are actually planning to go up that day, but I don't know if I have the day off. Hopefully I will, but if not, then that's gonna suck. Cause I never watch the movies anymore when they first come out because I'm working. Like,
Yeah.
hey, for once in my life, can I have this day off? And they'll be like, why, you don't have a family? And I'll be like, I don't, but I want this day off. How do you know? What if I had a baby and I didn't tell anyone? A baby.
That would just be frightening.
Why? I can parent.
Well, I'm not disputing whether or not you can parent. I'm just
I can parent.
I'm just acknowledging the horror that might ensue from you
What?
procreating.
If I were a parent, I'd give up on friends and stuff and just focus on the kid and be like, what do you need? Daddy's here, what do you need? And they bump their head, I'll take them to the hospital even though it's just like a little bump. Does he have a concussion? Is he gonna be messed up for the rest of his life?
Don't let it be.
I'll be one of those people. Are you coming back? Do I just end it with just me alone?
I'm retrieving the room info right now.
Okay, well, I think we burned enough time.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't mean like burned enough time, but I think we're pretty good on time. I think I think that's it. I mean, I don't know. Anything else to like announce? Because this was kind of an update and kind of us just goofing off.
I do have to say that I look very classy with that pompadour.
That's stupid. You don't even have a mustache or a beard. Not that you're molding the character after yourself, but.
Well, I can take. Well, that was a little bit, but I can take the mustache off.
No, it's fine. You look very composed.
It's actually kind of like a longing thing because I'd like to grow a mustache, but I am like biologically.
I have a mustache, but people say it's a pedo mustache. I don't know what the difference between.
It is a pedo mustache.
I feel like shit.
That is a great way of describing it.
It's like, hey, you want asking kids on Monster Hunter how old they are? To be like, hey, how old are you? Oh, you're not old enough. I like 17.
No. You're in the wrong way there. Oh, you're too old. Gotta.
Right. I'm 14. Oh, that's too old. Come back when you. No, you can't come back.
You have a younger sister.
A younger brother. Okay, that's weird.
Just like rides up on Rathalos. Hey.
Never say that again. I think we're done.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Expect more videos. Sometimes it might just be me, because eventually I'll get too impatient on waiting for this idiot.
Well, just you would be your channel, not this.
Nope, I'm taking over the podcast now. No, yeah, I'll be doing stuff on my channel. Currently, I don't know if I want to do stuff with Darksiders, and Resident Evil might come to an halt.
What?
A halt. Did I say N?
Why?
Oh. Because I'm tired of the back and forth stories, like, it's not Jill all the time, it's like somebody else. I'm tired of that. I am. I don't want to do that anymore. What? If anything, like, it's not about just showing you guys what I'm doing, it's just about, like, my comfortability.
Comfort level?
Comfort level. Is comfortability a word?
No, it's not.
My comfort level with the game is just not there. I'm just uncomfortable because it's not fun. Because in Resident Evil 1, and
Uh-huh.
up to Code Veronica. Like every time they had like a history something, like what they did with Zero, like they wanted like an intro to how like the whole Umbrella worked and all that. They actually
Hmm.
made a game for that, and they put it all in one package, and you got to play through all of it. And it's just confusing going between two stories. Like, okay, you're gonna do Jill, and now you're gonna do this other story, and it's like I don't want to keep tracking and go back and forth. It's like, okay, I just got done with Jill. I remember all this stuff. I don't remember a damn thing about this other background
You
because I
like
just got done playing with Jill.
you like very linear things. Just
I
one story all the way through.
In books, they don't even do that. They don't go like back and forth between like, oh, we're gonna give you a little bit of this story, and then you're gonna have to read this little bit of story, and it's
You and I apparently read very different books.
no.
Yes, because a lot of the books I read, they do a lot of that jumping back and forth, up and down, back ways, sideways, front ways, forwards, tripped
Doubt
over.
it, but that's just really stupid.
Well,
I don't like it. Like
it's a
like I said, Resident Evil Zero had its own backstory, and you just play through that whole thing, and you know who Rebecca Chamber is, you
uh-huh.
know how she got introduced to the, or how she got into the raccoon or the virus and everything, and
Hmm.
how she got to the mansion. That was cool. Like that worked. Then Resident Evil 1, 2, and all that, they had like history videos, like how the virus broke out in Resident Evil 2. They had like this little intro where the rats were feeding off the virus, and then the SWAT team comes in, they kill that one dude, and then that's fine. Like watching it is pretty cool, but that's because they don't require you to put that much attention into the background. But in Resident Evil Revelations, they just
Hmm.
jump back and forth between two stories, and I don't like that. If they just held off on that whole second story on how Jill's partner Parker, how Parker
Yeah.
and her met, and how Chris and what's her face disappeared. If they
Hmm.
just held that off to like a bonus level to when you actually finish the main story, I'll be
Right.
completely fine with it because I'll be more focused. I'll focus on Jill, finish, and be like, "Oh, that was an awesome storyline," and then I'll go back and play through.
Or
How
why not just do it chronologically and do the disappearance first, and then show the other guy showing up?
No, because that kind of destroys the whole point of the storyline. Because the whole point of the game is Jill finding out Chris and what's her face disappeared, and that's why they're
Uh,
on the boat, and that's the whole main theme of Revelations. Like they're on the boat with these new monsters, and then usually, like Resident Evil 4, they had you go through Leon's quest, and then you unlock Ada Wong's
hmm.
quest, and then you play through where every time Leon met Ada in Ada's story, it plays up to that point where Ada meets Leon, and it gives you the same cutscenes and everything, and it was pretty cool. Like that worked, but
Hmm.
with Resident Evil Revelations, I think they just screwed up the whole back and forth thing. Like I just wish they did it differently. I don't know.
Is it just me, or do our characters stand with their legs uncomfortably far apart?
Um, Yours does. I don't know if mine. Like normally I stand like that. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I probably don't. I don't know. If you nod, never mind. They probably still kind of. Well, they also stand a little bent, don't they?
A little bit. Well, that's kind of like a fighter stance.
Yeah.
Kind
See,
of.
they're kind of bent. Like nobody stands like that.
Um, I don't know.
And plus, when they
It's
walk, they're too bent. Like they never straighten out like normal legs would. Anyway,
yeah.
we're done. Now we're just like squirreling up the podcast. So,
Isn't that kind of the point?
I hope you guys enjoyed what you were watching just now and beyond.
Um, if
Um,
if you did enjoy what you just watched right now, please comment down below. Tell us what brand of pot you were smoking. Um, comment down below. Send us a
I
message
like
by.
how you have no problem with calling down our viewers. If you like what you saw, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Maybe follow me on Miiverse, because I don't know if I'm still going to do something with that. Because I did get a lot of messages about, oh, you're not supposed to advertise. And I'm like, I'm not advertising. I'm not making money for this. And I'm not leading you to a website. I'm
Hmm.
just like telling you I have a website. I don't know if
Hmm.
that's the same thing, but I think the disclaimer is you can't like actually lead them to websites. Like you can't put websites up, you can't advertise products or anything. Like I'm not making any money off this stuff. So I don't think it should be a problem if I actually have stuff up there posted on Miiverse. So that's just my thing. Like Nintendo hasn't contacted me about any of that yet. So maybe if you guys want to follow me.
I would say let the actual moderators moderate you, not just random people who say blah,
No,
blah,
that's
blah,
what I mean. But now because they're doing that, it's so uncomfortable because they're
Mm.
just. It's like I don't want or need that kind of like argument starting. Yeah, I
Whatever.
usually just ignore them, but if anything, I just comment on it and be like, well, no one sent anything to me yet, so yeah.
I don't know. I haven't done it.
So Ivy and Stray, hopefully they'll be on the next one. If not, it's pretty much the tunnel is getting so thin where it's just gonna be us, and there'll be room for no one else.
we do still have things down in the description about how people can join us.
Yeah, Raged Lion probably could have joined us, but
Yeah,
we forgot that 18 and over rule was for Ivy. Ivy's
Yeah.
not here, so
we're sorry.
But we're well over. Well, I'm well over 20.
Yeah,
What are you, like 23?
I'm 1 year younger than you.
1 year? You're 24?
Yep.
When did that happen?
Well, okay, well I will be 24. Yeah.
Okay, so you're when? Okay, let's not get into that right now.
Yeah, let's not get into that.
Anyway, so leave a comment.
Email
you
us
want us to
podcast gmail.com. Yes.
No.
Yeah, we still do have that, and a Twitter
Yeah.
account at Triple Cart.
Okay, you do that then. I'll just sit back and relax.
Well, what did you want to say?
Well, I don't know. Like, I was gonna say if they like want us to play a different game, like something they're interested in, or if they want like, because I have quite a few games on my Wii U that I'm probably not gonna play for a while because of Monster Hunter. Because I don't know why I buy games, but I still play Monster Hunter. Like, if they're interested in like Darksiders or something, if they want something different, I can probably try to purchase the game. Like, it'll be expensive. Like, if we do requests like this, but
Okay, how about this? We throw up our library of current games.
No, that makes no sense. We're on YouTube. They can look that stuff up from other people. Like they can look all that up. We don't need
Well,
that.
I mean, like the ones that we have right now that we wouldn't have to lay out any other money to play.
But I think but shouldn't this just be Monster Hunter? I thought we just like decided that it is the triple card, and that's only a restricted term. So yeah.
Then just stick with that.
Yeah, so never mind. Forget the whole new game thing. And thanks for
Alternatively, if you'd like us to start a second channel, no.
Maybe. No, there is that card game you introduced me to.
Oh yeah, Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah, Cards Against Humanity. That's pretty hilarious.
But we would definitely need more people over 18 to play that game with.
I don't know. We could probably get like Nirik or somebody on.
Yeah, we can get like Nirik and
just grab
maybe Ivy.
Ivy will probably be more into it than anyone. It's her forte.
She'd be like, I don't know what you guys are so embarrassed about. I say stuff worse than this all the time. I said something worse than this to my mother yesterday. What are you talking about?
Okay, so I don't know what else to mention other than
the 20-minute outro that we just had.
I know, right? I think that's it. Say goodbye, Gabby.
Goodbye, Gabby.